Over the last 2 weeks, I've covered plan and purchase, the first half of my series, the 4 P's. Now, y'all have got to get that by now. 4 P's for, anyway. This week, we're talking about prepare. Hi, I'm Robin. Welcome to Robin's Container Garden. Just to review, the 4 P's are plan, purchase, prepare, and plant. But today, when I cover prepare, we're going to be talking about 3 main areas: preparing your containers, preparing your soil, and preparing your garden work area. Last year about this time, actually almost exactly this time, my first channel birthday was last week, I showed you how I prepared the soil for my big veg bed, but we are actually not going to cover that this year because we're concentrating more on containers than we did last year. So while you're looking at your containers, look at the ones you used last year, or maybe the ones that you've acquired for free or secondhand, and make sure there's not any cracks, splits, any chips, anything that would cause the container not to hold soil or water, because remember, that container is going to be protecting your plant and its roots while it grows. Then you're going to need to make sure they're clean. Dirty containers can carry diseases and pests from last season, and to be honest, cleaner pots are nicer to handle. So if you didn't clean them over the winter so far, now's the time to do that. From your small seedling pots all the way up to the largest ones in the garden. Get rid of or recycle any containers that you can't use. There is absolutely no reason to keep them because you need all of the valuable space in your garden as you can get. Next is soil. If you can, treat your soil that's in your containers to a clean. I actually pour boiling water over the soil in the containers until I can see it coming out the bottom. Just make sure that it's gone all the way through. Other gardeners have baked theirs, so if you can do that, then great. Now, if you can't do that, you are taking a chance that there's some bacteria or something left over from last season, but we don't clean the soil that's in the ground. So if you can't do it, if you don't have any way of doing it, then just do the best you can. Then it's time to refresh your soil. The best way to refresh your soil is to dump it out of the container into a wheelbarrow and mix it up with some fresh compost. If you can get some that you've made yourself, that's the best kind, but if you have to get some that you've purchased, then that's the second best way. You can also, and this is what I do, is mix in some fertilizer with that soil and that fresh compost, and that will give it a nice boost for when you're planting your seedlings into the soil. I also will sprinkle some chicken manure pellets over the top and just let them set there on the top, and the rain, moisture and stuff, that will break them down and it will go into the soil, and it will help to refresh and add nutrients to your soil. And if you live in an area where you can get well-rotted manure, you can get sometimes you can get it from the garden center. If you can get some well-rotted manure, that's also a good way to freshen up your soil for the season. So all you do is you just mix it all up and you put it back into your containers, ready for the planting season to start. Your plants will thank you for it. So lastly, your garden work area. At the minute, mine is in the laundry room, right next to the back door. Over the winter, I let it get pretty bad. As you can see, it's a bit messy. So I spent some time there cleaning it up and making it more user-friendly. By the way, that particular situation may soon change. So make sure, if you don't want to miss that possible announcement pretty soon, make sure that you subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you don't miss any of the future videos. If you have any garden buildings, this is the time to get them ready. You need to get them all cleaned up, get them tidied, get them neat, And if you have any way of like sweeping them out or anything like that, make the most of this light coming back this time of year to come out of hibernation and get out there and get that stuff done. You will certainly be glad that you did once everything starts to kick off for the season. So now you've made a plan. You've purchased your containers, your seeds, your seedlings, and now you're all prepared. You're going to need to think about planting, but not yet. That's next week's video. And if you've missed the first two, you'll find them here in this playlist. Remember, you don't have to grow all the things. Just grow something. Take care. Bye, y'all.